Namaste children, how are you all? I hope you are fine. And in the last class we have discussed the relationship between the coefficients of a quadratic polynomial and the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Similarly, the relationship between the zeros and coefficient and constant of a linear polynomial. And now we are going to discuss, and its applications also we discussed by solving some of the problems. Now we are going to discuss about when we know the zeros of an equation, zeros of a quadratic polynomial, then how to find out the required quadratic equation. So here we know the two zeros of the quadratic polynomial, then how to find those zeros are zeros of which quadratic polynomial. Means we can find the quadratic polynomial when we know the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. For that, if alpha and beta are the two zeros of a quadratic polynomial, alpha and beta are the two zeros of a quadratic polynomial, then the polynomial is k into whole, that is x square minus k into whole x square minus alpha plus beta into x, that is alpha and beta plus means it is sum of the two zeros of the given polynomial into x plus alpha into beta, that is product of zeros. That is, we can find the quadratic polynomial when we know the two zeros, that by using the formula k into whole x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta, or in words it is k into whole x square minus sum of zeros of the polynomial into x plus product of the zeros, where alpha plus beta is equals to sum of the zeros and alpha into beta is equals to product of the zeros. So this quadratic polynomial, this formula we can use to find the quadratic polynomial when we know the two zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Is it clear, children? Now we will discuss problems related to this concept. Now exercise number 2.2, second bit. Find a quadratic polynomial, each with the given numbers. You are given some numbers as the sum and product of its zeros respectively. So two numbers are given from each problem. The first number will represent the sum of the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Second number will represent the product of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Then we need to find the quadratic polynomial. So using the concept of quadratic polynomial, when we know the zeros of the quadratic polynomial as alpha and beta, then the quadratic polynomial is k into whole x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. So that concept will apply to find the quadratic polynomial when sum and product of the zeros are given. So write first given data. So given it is 1 by 4 will represents what? Sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta is equals to 1 by 4, and alpha into beta, that is product of the zeros, is equals to minus 1. So required quadratic polynomial is equals to k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Now substitute in the place of alpha plus beta as 1 by 4 and alpha into beta as minus 1. Then simplify, we get the required quadratic polynomial, that is k into x square minus alpha plus beta is equals to 1 by 4 into x plus alpha into beta is equals to what it is? Minus 1. That is equals to k into x square minus 1 into x, it is minus x divided by 4 plus into minus is equals to, it is minus, we will get minus 1. Now here for the middle term we have denominator is there. Make the denominators of all the terms equal by taking the LCM. X square means this x square by 1 minus 1 means it is minus 1 by 1. So the LCM of the denominators 1, 4 and 1 will be 4 only. Therefore, k into denominator is 4. Now divide 4 with 1. 1 4s are 4. 4 into x square it is 4x square. Minus 4 1s are 4. 1 into x it is 1x, or simply it is x. Minus, so here minus 1 means it is 1 by 1. So when we divide 4 with 1, the quotient is 4. 4 into 1 it is 4. Minus 4. Now this is the required quadratic polynomial when sum of the zeros is equals to 1 by 4 and product of the zeros is equals to minus 1. We just substitute in the place of alpha plus beta as the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros as alpha into beta. Then we will simplify. We can get the required quadratic polynomial when we know the sum and product of the zeros of a polynomial. Can we discuss one more, sir? Yes. Now the second bit, from the second sum, root 2 comma 1 by 3. Root 2 represents sum of the zeros and 1 by 3 represents product of the zeros. Then what is the quadratic polynomial? We have to find out. So given data it is alpha plus beta, that is sum of the zeros is equals to root 2. Product of the zeros, that is alpha into beta, that is equals to 1 by 3. So write given data as alpha plus beta, that is sum of the zeros is equals to root 2. Product of the zeros is equals to 1 by 3. Now required quadratic polynomial is equals to quadratic polynomial is equals to, what is the statement here? It is required polynomial or quadratic polynomial is equals to k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Now substitute in the place of alpha plus beta as root 2 and alpha into beta as 1 by 3. Then simplify. That is k into x square minus alpha plus beta is equals to root 2 into x, root 2x plus alpha into beta, product of the zeros is equals to 1 by 3. Again take the common denominator by taking the LCM. So here x square means it is x square by 1. Root 2x means it is root 2x by 1. Here the denominator is 1 and here the denominator is 1. So the LCM for the three denominators 1, 1 and 3 it is 3. Now the denominator is 1. When we divide 3 with 1 we get quotient as 3. 3 into x square it is 3x square minus, again here 1 is the denominator. Divide 3 with 1 we get 3 as the quotient. 3 into root 2 it is 3 root 2. 3 root 2 x plus 3 ones are 3. 1 is the quotient. 1 into 1 it is 1. So now the required quadratic polynomial is k into whole into 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1 whole divided by 3. Like this we will find the quadratic polynomial when we know the zeros and the product of the quadratic polynomial by using k into whole x square minus sum of the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial into x plus alpha into beta, that is product of the zeros. Is it clear, children? Now the same kind of sum we will discuss one more. Find a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are minus 2 and minus 5. This problem is different from the previous problem. In the previous problem, sum of the zeros and product of the zeros are given directly, whereas here just two zeros of the polynomial, quadratic polynomial are given. That is minus 2 is one zero and minus 5 is other zero, that is second zero. Here minus 2 and minus 5 are just zeros of the polynomial, not the sum or the product of the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. That is the difference between the previous sum and this sum. So here what are given? Given here the two zeros are given. Let the two zeros are alpha is equals to minus 2 and beta is equals to minus 5. So what we need to find a quadratic polynomial. In the quadratic polynomial we should know to find quadratic polynomial sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. Then we will substitute those values in the place of sum of the zeros and product of the zeros and we will simplify. Here the two zeros are given alpha and beta as -2 and -5. So we don't know what is the sum. So first you find the sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta is equals to -2 plus -5. -2 plus -5. -2 plus into -5 will get, that is -2 -5 is equals to -7. Similarly, product of the zeros alpha into beta is equals to -2 into -5. -2 into -5. Minus into minus it is plus, 2 into 5 is 10. Therefore, product of the zeros is equals to 10. Sum of the zeros is equals to -7. Now we know the sum of the zeros as -7 and the product of the zeros is 10. So now quadratic polynomial is equals to the required quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial is equals to what is that? It is k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. K into whole x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Now substitute alpha plus beta as -7, alpha into beta as 10. Then you simplify. That is equals to k into x square minus alpha plus beta is equals to -7 into x plus alpha into beta is equals to 10. That is equals to k into x square minus into minus it is plus 1 into 7 it is 7 into x it is 7x plus 7x plus 10. So this is the required quadratic polynomial when we know the two zeros of the polynomial -2 and -5. This is here the individual zeros are given. We need to find the quadratic polynomial, means first we have to find the sum of the zeros, then we have to find the product of the zeros. After that, substitute in the quadratic polynomial when we know the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros and simplify, we will get the required quadratic polynomial. Is it clear, children? This is a different problem. It is a different problem. Now we will discuss relationship between zeros and coefficients of a cubic polynomial. So cubic polynomial, the general form of a cubic polynomial is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equals to 0. How many zeros are there for a cubic polynomial? At most 3 zeros will be there. If 3 zeros, let the 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equals to 0, are alpha, beta and gamma. This is the third letter, gamma, a Greek letter. Alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of a cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equals to 0. Then sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma, sum of the 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial is equals to minus b by a, where b stands for it is coefficient of x square and a stands for coefficient of x cube. Therefore minus b by a is equals to minus of coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. That is sum of the 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial is minus b by a, that is equals to minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. Now sum of the individual products of 3 zeros of the polynomial, that is alpha into beta plus beta into alpha plus alpha into gamma, their sum is equals to c by a, where c is x coefficient, a is x cube coefficient, that is coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x cube. That is the sum of individual products of the zeros, that is alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha is equals to c by a, that is coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x cube. Now product of 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial, that is alpha into beta into gamma, product of 3 zeros of the polynomial alpha into beta into gamma is equals to minus d by a, where d is a constant term and a is coefficient of x. Therefore, product of three zeros of the cubic polynomial alpha into beta into gamma is equals to minus d by a, that is equals to constant term divided by coefficient of x. So this is the relationship between zeros of the cubic polynomial with the coefficients of a cubic polynomial. Is it clear, children? Now we'll discuss example 5. Verify that 3 comma minus 1 minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the cubic polynomial p of x is equals to 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. So we are given one cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial means degree is 3. So what is the cubic polynomial? Here it is p of x is equals to 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. So this is the cubic polynomial which is given, and its three zeros are given, that is 3, minus 1 and minus 1 by 3. What we have to do? Then we should verify these are the these three, that is 3, minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the given cubic polynomial or not. After verifying, then again we need to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given cubic polynomial. So these two parts are there. The first part we have to verify the given values of x are zeros or not. Here we use trial and error method, that is by substituting in the place of x as 3, x as minus 1, x as minus 1 by 3, and on simplification if you get its value is 0, then 3, minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the given polynomial. Otherwise they are not the zeros of the given polynomial. So what is the given polynomial? Here it is p of x is equals to, given p of x is equals to, given p of x is equals to what it is? 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. So we need to check whether the 3, minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the given polynomial or not. So to check, substitute x is equals to 3, that is find p of 3, p of minus 1, p of minus 1 by 3. If we get on simplification as 0, then we can say that 3 comma minus 1 comma minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the given polynomial. So let us find out. So p of 3 means x is equals to 3. Substitute x is equals to 3. That is 3 into x is equals to 3 means it is 3 cube minus 5 into x square means it is 3 square minus 11 into x means it is 3 minus 3. That is equals to 3 into 3 cube is equals to 3 into 3 into 3. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27 minus 5 into 3 square is equals to 3 into 3 it is 9 minus into plus it is minus 11 into 3 it is 33 minus 3. 33 minus 33 and minus 3. Then multiply 3 into 27. 3 7s are 21. 3 2s are 6 plus 2 it is 8, 81. Minus into plus it is minus. 5 into 9, 5 9s are 45. 9 5s are 45. Minus 33 and minus 3. Now add all negative numbers. Minus 45, minus 33 and minus 3 all are negative numbers. Add these numbers. Minus 45, minus 33 it is minus 78. Minus 78 minus 3 it is minus 81. So 81 minus 81 is equals to 0. So p of 3 is equals to, we got 0. Therefore 3 is the 0 of the given polynomial. Is it clear? Now similarly you check for the second value which is given minus 1. That is p of minus 1 is equals to, now x is equals to minus 1, substitute in the given polynomial. 3 into x cube means 3 into minus 1 whole cube minus 5 into x square means it is 5 into minus 1 whole square minus 11 into minus 1 minus 3. Like this you substitute the value minus 1 in the place of x, then simplify. 3 into minus 1 whole cube. Here the cube is 3 is there, that is an odd number is there. Therefore you get a negative integer. That is minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 will get minus 1. Minus 5 into minus 1 whole square. Minus 1 into minus 1. Minus and minus it is plus. 1 into 1 it is 1. Next minus into minus it is plus. 11 into 1 it is 11 minus 3. Now plus into minus minus. 3 into 1 it is 3 minus 3. Minus into plus it is minus. 5 into 1 it is 5 plus 11 minus 3. Again add all negative numbers. Minus 3 minus 5 and it is minus 3. Minus 3 minus 5 minus 8. Minus 8 minus 3 it is minus 11. So minus 11 plus 11 is equals to 0 we got. Therefore we can say that minus 1 is also one of the 0 of the given polynomial. Similarly, substitute that is x is equals to minus 1 by 3 and simplify whether you are getting the 0 or not. If you get 0, then we can say that the minus 1 by 3 is also 0 of the given polynomial. That is p of minus 1 by 3 is equals to 3 into x cube, means x is equals to minus 1 by 3 whole cube minus 5 into x square, means it is minus 1 by 3 whole square minus 11x, means it is 11 into minus 1 by 3 minus 3. Then simplify 3 into minus 1 by 3 whole cube means minus 1 whole cube divided by 3 whole cube. Minus 1 whole cube means it is minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. That is minus into minus plus, plus into minus is minus. We will get minus 1 divided by 3 cube means it is 3 into 3 into 3. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. Next, minus 5 into minus 5 into minus 1 by 3 whole square means minus 1 whole square divided by 3 square. Minus 1 whole square means it is minus 1 into 1 it is plus 1. 3 square is equals to 3 into 3 it is 9. Therefore, we get this 1 by 9. Next, similarly, minus into minus it is plus. 11 into 1 it is 11. 11 by 3 minus 3. That is equals to 3 ones are 3, 3 nines are 27. Plus into minus, minus 1 into 1, 1 by 9. Minus into plus it is minus, 5 into 1 it is 5, 5 by 9. Plus 11 by 3 minus 3. Now take the LCM for the denominators. The LCM 9, 9, 3 and here it is 1. So for the LCM for 9, 9 and 3, it is 9 we will get because 9 is a multiple of 3 and 9 is the multiple of 3, 9 is the least multiple of 9, or you can find the LCM at here for 9, 3, 3 and 1. So what we get for this LCM if you find here, so find the LCM of 9, 3, 3 and 1 at here, that is 9, 3, 3 and 1, that is 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3 and 1. Multiply 3 into 3, 9, 9 into 1, 9, 9 into 1, 9, 9 into 1, it is 9. So therefore, LCM is equals to 9. Now, 9 ones are 9, 1 is the quotient, 1 into minus 1, it is minus 1. Again keep minus, 9 ones are 9, 1 into 5, it is 5, that is minus 5, plus 3 3s are 9, 3 into 11, it is 11 3s are 33. Next 3 means this. 3 by 1, 1 9s are 9, 9 into 3 it is 27 minus 27 we will get. That is equals to, now add the negative integers. Minus 1 minus 5 is equals to minus 6, minus 6 minus 27 is equals to minus 33, minus 33 plus 33 divided by 9. That is equals to minus 9 minus 33 plus 33 is equals to 0. 0 by 9 we will get. That is equals to 0. That is equals to 0. Therefore, P of minus 1 by 3 is equals to 0. From this, what we can say that? We can say that 3, minus 1, minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the given cubic polynomial. Like this, we can verify whether they are the zeros of the cubic polynomial or not by substituting the given values in the place of x and on simplification. If we get 0 the value, then we can say that those values are zeros of the given cubic polynomial. Is it clear? This is the first part of the sum. Next we have to verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficients using the what we have discussed in the previous. Now the second part of the sum, that is verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So zeros are what it is, 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3. Let it is let alpha is equals to 3 and beta is equals to minus 1, gamma is equals to minus 1 by 3. So now we are verifying here, verification between what? That is the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. Verification. So verification, sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to minus b by a. We will verify whether it is satisfied or not, or verified or not. Alpha plus beta plus gamma. Alpha it is 3 plus beta it is minus 1 plus gamma it is minus 1 by 3. That is equals to b by a. B is equals to what? X square coefficient. B minus b by a, here it is. B is equals to x square coefficient. Here x square coefficient is minus 5. X cube coefficient is 3. And x coefficient is minus 11. Constant it is 3. Therefore minus of b is equals to minus 5 divided by, then x cube coefficient it is 3, that is a is equals to 3. Simplify. 3 plus into minus 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 1 plus into minus 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 1 by 3, that is equals to minus into minus it is plus, plus 5 by 3 we will get on the right hand side. Left hand side simplify by taking the LCM. So LCM for 3 means it is 3 by 1, 1 means it is 1 by 1. Here the denominators are 1, 1 and 3. Therefore the LCM for 1, 1 and 3 it is 3. So 3 means it is 3 by 1. 1 3s are 3. 3 into 1 it is 3 minus 1. Here it is 1. 1 3s are 3. 3 into 1 it is 3. Sorry. So here denominator it is 1. 1 3s are 3. 3 into 3 it is 9. We will get here 9 minus, here 1 means it is 1 by 1. 1 3s are 3. 3 into 1 it is 3 minus 3. And then minus 3 is the denominator. 3 1s are 3. 1 into 1 it is 1. That is equals to 5 by 3. Now 9 minus 3 minus 1 is equals to minus 4. That is 9 minus 4 by 3, which is equals to 5 by 3. That is 9 minus 4 means it is 5. 5 by 3 is equals to 5 by 3. We got it. Like this we can verify the first one, that is sum of the zeros of the given cubic polynomial. Next it is alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha is equals to c by a. That is c means it is coefficient of x divided by a means it is x cube coefficient. Alpha into beta means it is 3 into minus 1 plus beta into alpha, beta into gamma is equals to minus 1 into minus 1 by 3 plus alpha, that is alpha into gamma or gamma into alpha, it is minus 1 by 3 into alpha is equals to 3, that is equals to c by a. C is equals to minus 11 by a is equals to x cube coefficient, it is 3 minus 11 by 3. Now plus into minus minus, 3 into 1 it is 3, plus into minus minus, minus into minus it is plus, 1 into 1 1 by 3. Now 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3 it is. Plus into minus minus, minus into plus it is minus, 1 into 1 it is 1, that is equals to minus 11 by 3. Now 3 minus 1 is equals to 3 minus 1, subtract this 2 will get 2. 2 plus 1 by 3, that is equals to minus 11 by 3. Minus 11 by 3. You see here, then here plus into minus it is minus, we get minus 3. Therefore minus 3 minus 1 is equals to minus 3, minus 1 is equals to minus 4 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. Now take LCM for left hand side, we get LCM is 3. 4 means it is 4 by 1. 1 3s are 3. 3 into 4 is 12. That is minus 12 plus 3 1s are 3. 1 into 1 it is 1. That is equals to minus 11 by 3. Minus 12 plus 1 is equals to minus 11 by 3. That is equals to minus 11 by 3. Now both sides LHS is equals to RHS. Hence it is verified this one. The sum of the individual products of the zeros of the cubic polynomial. Now the third relationship, it is product of the zeros, that is alpha into beta into gamma is equals to minus d by a. Minus d by a. Alpha is equals to 3 into beta is equals to minus 1 into gamma is equals to minus 1 by 3. That is equals to minus d is equals to minus 3 by a is equals to what it is 3. Substitute in the alpha place as 3, beta place as minus 1, and gamma as minus 1 by 3, d as minus 3. Now you can multiply. So here, multiply here, 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, both are cancelled. Plus into minus, minus, minus into plus, minus it is plus, 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 1 it is 1, that is equals to minus into minus it is plus, plus 3 divided by 3, 3 ones are, 3 ones are, that is 1 is equals to 1, that is LHS is equals to RHS, both the sides we got same, therefore it is verified. It is verified. So like this we can verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficient of a given polynomial when we know the zeros of the cubic polynomial. Is it clear, children? So simple it is, we need to substitute the given zeros in the place of alpha, beta, gamma and write the relationship, and both the sides you should make, if you get both the sides equal values, then it is verified, otherwise it is not verified. Is it clear, children? Yes. I hope you understand today's concept, and the homework is textbook page number 33, exercise number 2.2, question number 2 in that 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. These 4 sums are your homework. Complete the homework and I hope you understand. Thank you very much.